Hi, my name's Julie and welcome back to a new video. So today I have a very exciting video for a few reasons. One, it is a slightly festive video because we are choosing my November TBR today, and in my head and in my heart, November is Christmas. You cannot tell me otherwise. As soon as it hits November 1st, it is the holiday season to me. I want to make it last for as long as possible. I want that joy in my life for as long as I can possibly get it to last. And yeah, I just love starting the festive season super early. So this is going to be a somewhat festive video. I have my gingerbread mug with a lovely coffee in, and I'm going to be doing a TBR jar game kind of style video but with a twist. So I thought we would do my Christmas stocking chooses my November TBR. Is this an original idea? I don't know, probably not to be honest, but I thought it would be fun to do it like this. So I do have a TBR jar which I've done in a few videos. I created it during a reset a few months ago. I'll link that down below, and I found it really fun choosing my TBR using that. So I've decided to create all new prompts for the stocking, and some of these are more festive themed and some are also themed around my current reading mood, because if you've been here for a while, you know I've been getting out of slump. So I definitely want to keep my reading mood going because we're a week into the month and I've already read 5 books, which is amazing for me. So I've made these prompts specifically around that kind of mood I'm in at the moment, as well as a festive vibe. So we're going to choose 5 prompts today and then pick out the books, and I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the book club books and buddy reads I'm also going to be doing in November. I'm also filming a November reset video which will be coming right after this one, and I do create the TBR jar prompts, well the TBR stocking I should say, in that video, and I put my Christmas tree up and stuff, so make sure you head to that video when it comes out because I'm very, very excited about it and I hope you enjoy it. But anyway, let's get into choosing my TBR. I feel kind of nervous because I haven't done like a TBR thing like this for a while. Okay, we have our first one. Let me make sure this is the right way around. Okay, you guys can see what it is first. So what does this say? A romantasy. Yes. Okay, so this is one of the mood ready ones I was on about because I'm in a romantasy mood right now. So I am gonna go and choose, or do I want to read one on my Kindle? Okay, so we have a couple of books we could choose for this. I'm tempted to say Quicksilver, but I don't know. I'm in the middle of a romantasy at the moment, and I know one of the potential picks I could get from here is the next book in a series, and that'll be like what I choose for this. So I don't want to waste this prompt and choose that book when I might get that prompt, if that makes sense. So I don't know, let's see what's on my Kindle because I've been reading a ton on my Kindle at the moment and it's helping me read so much more. So, ooh. Okay, I think I know which one I'm going to go with. I'm not going to do Quicksilver, I don't think, but I think I do know which one I want to read next. Okay, so I have the book, and that is The Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole. Now this is a dark romantasy, I think. It's one where like she is the villain, I believe, as well. And I've had this recommended to me so many times. I've seen it on Book Talk so many times, and I don't know why I haven't read it just yet because I feel like I'm going to be obsessed with it when I do. But the main thing that has put this back on my radar is this TikTok here. Let me see if I can get it up on my phone. Okay, it's this TikTok that says, I need a book couple that feels like this exact song. I want them to be so crazy they kill anyone to protect each other. And like all of the comments are like The Book of Azrael. So I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, that is on my radar. I really want to get to that one like ASAP. So this is perfect to put my TBR. Will I actually read this month? We shall see. I have this really bad habit at the moment of starting new romantasy series, and this is like over 500 pages, but I have it on my Kindle, so I'll probably fly through it a lot faster on my Kindle, and then I might even go into the next book. I think there's 3 of these out at the moment. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there is like 3 books out in this series. But I am very, very excited to read this. Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna love it. And the lovely Claire, who is one of my patrons, very kindly gifted me this copy, so that makes it even more exciting to read. But this is the first pick we have, which I feel like is a really good one, even though it's not remotely festive. Okay, let's do our next prompt. They're all like at the very bottom here, so okay, we have one. It's the right way around. Okay, so this is the second prompt, which is the next book in a series. Yay. Okay, fab, because that leads me on to The Glow of the Everflame, which I think I am currently reading, so I'm 19% into it. It's this one here, but I'll pop the cover on screen. It's finished reading the first book at the start of this month and I gave it 5 stars. The first book is Spark of the Everflame. It's in the Kindred Curse series, I think is the name. and it's by Pen Cole, and it's a romantasy. And when I tell you, this is for the Sarah J Maas girlies. Like, if you are still chasing the high that you got from that series, then this is the series for you. I am still like jaw on the floor from the ending of the first book. Like, my god, I can't even cope. Like, when I was reading the last like 100 pages of this book, I was in the bath, and when I tell you, I was giggling and like gasping, laughing out loud, just all of the emotions. And Jamie kept being like, are you okay in there? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm literally just reading my book. But honestly, like, this book has so many visceral reactions from me. It was insane. It is so good. I don't even know how to describe what it's about, but we basically have this world where like there's mortals and then there's the descended, and it's kind of like two separate societies, but the mortals are governed by the descended, and it's kind of like picture like District 12 and then District 1. Like, it's those kind of vibes, except for District 1 has magic. So our main character is living in the District 12 of this world, and she actually looks like one of the descended because of her eye colour and stuff, but her mother told her like when she was younger like that she had an illness and that's why her eye colour changed and all of this, and her mother has suddenly disappeared, and then she ends up kind of getting embroiled with the descended and the descended prince at that. And yeah, there's lots of mystery about where her mother went. Why did she disappear? Is she alive? Is she dead? Who is our main character really? Could she be a descended herself? Is there a romance going to happen with the prince? Like, there's just so many good things to this series. Cannot recommend it enough. It is so good, and I'm so happy. This is going to be on my TBR either way because I am reading it at the moment and loving it, but I'm so glad I could use a prompt for it because I can't wait to continue this series. I need to get my hands on an indie paperback of the second book though, so if anyone knows where I can get one, please do let me know. But so excited about that. So that is the second book because I don't have the physical book, I only have the ebook at the moment. So those are my 2 picks so far. We have another 3 to go, so let's choose our next one. Okay, you get to see this one. What does this one say? Free pick. Ooh, I don't know what I want to read with this. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave this one and we'll come back to it after I've chosen the other 2 prompts. I make the rules, I can do that, because I'm not really sure what I want to read. Like, I have a few books in mind, but I feel like I could use prompts for them if I get the prompt. So let's see what we get first. Okay, so here's our next one. Is this the right way around? Okay. A book with snow on the cover. Ooh, okay, I feel like this is going to be quite hard. I do have some Christmas romances, so maybe we'll choose one of those. I have like a whole shelf of them now, which I put in last night. Okay, let me go and choose a book. So a book with snow on the cover. I'm sure I must have one that has snow on the cover. I still want to choose Spectacular, but this is the 4th book in like the Caraval series, and I haven't read the Caraval series yet. I want to though. Maybe I'll choose Caraval for my free pick, but we shall see. I'm going to go and look at my Christmas romances, I think, and probably choose one from there because I can't think of any actual like fantasy books or anything that I have with snow on the cover. So let me go and choose a book and I shall be right back. Okay, I think it's between these 2. So we have A Cat Cafe Christmas and The Christmas Wager. Now both of these do have snow on the cover. So this one is like enemies to lovers. It says on the back, first rule of the Maple Falls holiday games, don't fall in love with the enemy. So I think they end up competing in some kind of like town games against each other, and whoever wins decides like the selling price of what one of them is either trying to buy or sell. I don't know the whole thing. Yeah, I believe along the way they do fall in love, and I do love a good enemies to lovers romance, so this could be a really fun one. And then this one I want to read simply because cats. Like, look how freaking cute this cover is. On the back it says, a laugh out loud, opposites attract romance about 3 of the world's most beloved seas, Christmas, coffee and cats. So one of them is a veterinarian, and she opens a cat cafe to find loving homes for adorable adoptable cats, but there's more cats than customers, so things aren't going so well. And then we have this marketing guy called Ben, and I think he decides to help her or something, and yeah, they end up falling in love. So sounds really, really cute. I'm quite tempted by this one, but I'm not sure. I don't know which one I really want to read. Oh, I don't know. Do you know what? I'm going to look at the Goodreads rating, and whichever has the higher rating, I will read. I don't usually go off Goodreads ratings because I end up rating like 2-star books 5 stars, I'm not going to lie. So I'm not really one to go off them, but because I can't make my mind up, let's just do that. So let's see if we can scan the... Oh, I love how good the Goodreads app is. No book found. That's great. Okay, there we go, it worked eventually. So this one, A Cat Cafe Christmas, has 3.76 stars. and the Christmas wager has 3.68 stars. Oh wait, what did I say? The other one has 3.67? 3.68. What's the other one? Oh my god, I can't, like, my brain, how have I just forgotten that number as soon as I've looked at this one again? 3.76. 3.76. Okay, 3.76. That is an accurate representation of how bad my brain is. I have like really bad brain fog all the time and I struggle to remember things, and that was a good example. Like, as soon as I looked at one book, I forgot the number for the other one and then did it again. That is a very good representation of how my brain works. So this one very slightly has a better rating, so we're gonna go for this one, which is A Cat Cafe Christmas by Cody Gray. I feel like this is gonna give me all the cozy vibes, and the fact that it has like a cat animal rescue in it and a romance, it just sounds so cute. I am so excited to read this, and yeah, this is just gonna give me all those lovely vibes that I'm craving. So this is our pick for a book called Snow on the Cover. Okay, so now we have our last pick, and then we still need to choose one for the free pick, so it depends what this is. Let's see, I'm kind of scared. Right, is this the which way around? Okay, here we go. So here is the final one, which is a book with a cozy vibe. Ooh, interesting. Okay, a cozy vibe. What do I want to choose that has like a cozy vibe? Would we say Caraval has like a cozy vibe? I feel like it does. Correct me in the comments if I am wrong, but I feel like Caraval has a cozy vibe. So let's go for Caraval, because in my head that series screams November, and I don't know why. I think it's because it's like so whimsical and magical, but it's giving me November vibes. So let's choose Caraval. Oh my god, this is covered in dust from when we had bathroom renovations done and the guys got dust everywhere. Okay, let me wipe that off. Here is Caraval. So I don't actually remember what this is about, but I loved Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and I've heard so many good things about this series. And yes, you're not wrong, there is 2 different editions of this series and I haven't read it. I got the US editions when I went to the States a few years back. I bought the box set, and then I already owned, I think, the UK ones at that point, so yeah, it is what it is. I did very briefly start reading this a couple of years back, but never continued it. And it wasn't because it was bad, I just wasn't in the mood. All I know is we have a competition, a romance, and an unbreakable bond between 2 sisters. That's what it says. And I'm going to go into this not knowing too much, because I really have very, very high expectations for this book. And I feel like if I read the synopsis and read into it too much, then I will start to expect specific things from this book, and if I don't get them, then I won't enjoy it as much, if that makes sense. And recently I've been going into fantasy books not really knowing like the full synopsis, and I'm just finding so much more enjoyment doing that. So yeah, definitely gonna go into this not knowing too much, but I'm very, very excited actually. I really want to read this series so I can read Spectacular around December time, so hopefully I can get to this, and I might even read all 3, we shall see. But Caraval is our next pick, which does leave us with our last book, which is a free pick. And I know what I'm going to choose with this one, because I was hoping I could do a prompt for this book, because I just think it's perfect to read this time of year. And it's a book I recently hauled and I've been waiting to read it, and I was saving it for November, December. And that is The Wood at Midwinter by Susanna Clarke. This is a short story, and it essentially follows this girl who is 19. She's described as like super weird, and she can talk to animals and trees, and it's set on a snowy afternoon as well. And it says she encounters a blackbird and a fox. As darkness falls, a strange figure appears in the midst, and the path of her life is changed forever. So I just think it sounds like such a nice story. It's set during winter, and it has illustrations in it as well, which are so pretty. Like, look at the illustrations. And I love short stories, so I am so excited to read this one. So I will definitely be getting to this in November, and I just think it's going to give me the perfect wintry vibes that I'm craving. So yes, that does mean we have our TBR picks for the month with our prompts. So I'm so excited to read these 5 books. I think I'm going to love all of them, and I feel like this is a really good variety of books. And then to go on to like book club books and buddy reads. So if you didn't know, I do have a Patreon, and we have a bi-monthly book club, which means every 2 months we read a book. So for the months of November and December, our pick is The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. This is a YA enemies to lovers fantasy with assassins and magic and mystery, and I'm so excited for this book. It reminds me so much of Assassin's Blade. Like, those are the vibes it's giving me, and I cannot wait to dive into this one. I'm actually going to be starting this today because I'm doing our first ever book club live show. So every single week there is reading sprints for our book club over on my Patreon where we can read it together, and I do film like a spoiler filled vlog. We have a Discord for it. So this is our pick for the month of November and December, and I'm very excited about it. And then for my buddy read, I have The Assassin's Blade. So I am going to be rereading this. I'm reading it with my friend Kat. I don't think she started it yet, but she said she wants to start rereading and finishing the Throne of Glass series, and I was like, well, me too, so let's like read it together. So I've started rereading this and I'm already loving being back in this world. I've read the first part, which is the story with Pirate Lord in Skulls Bay, I think it was, and now I'm on to the next one, and I'm just so excited to be back in this world. I am a firm believer you should read this before any other books in the Throne of Glass series. I know some people say you should read it at a different time. I just think the best way to read it is to read this first, because when you go into Throne of Glass, you've just got so much backstory, and yes, there are things mentioned in here that play a big part in the later books and like specific people as well, but I don't think you get the same impact though if you read this after Throne of Glass. Like, I feel like this just sets up all of the feelings that our main character is feeling in the first book and the tone for the first book, and it just hits so much harder in my opinion. So yeah, I would highly recommend reading this first. I love this book. I think it's great. I think it really does show you Selena's personality, but it also gives you so much character progression over each part you read, and I just love this book except for the end. Like, oh my god, the pain every time. I know it's coming, so I'm going to try and prepare myself for the tears, but I'm very excited to be back in this world again and to reread this book. So those are all the books I do plan to read in November. I am going to mood read as well, so I'll definitely just pick random books up here and there. I am reading a lot on my Kindle at the moment, and I also know there is a holiday romance novella collection coming out with a bunch of authors. So I know at least one of them is Ali Hazelwood, and then there's other authors. I don't know how many there are, but I know the collection comes out, I think, on the 20-something November. So I am planning to read those as well, hopefully this month, and maybe some of them next month. But that is kind of all my reading plans for the month. I am so excited to read all of these books, get into the festive mood and all of the festive content. Like I said, I am filming my reset at the moment where I'm putting up all my Christmas decorations, so do stay tuned for that video. I am so excited for you guys to see it. And I'm also doing Bookmas this year, so my first Bookmas video I think is going to be decorating my library for Christmas. So I'll be putting on my Christmas tree in here and all my Christmas decorations, and I'm so excited. I'm going to be filming that video tomorrow, and I already can't wait for you guys to see that. So yes, Bookmas content is coming starting from December 1st. There's also going to be a whole range of giveaways happening, so you guys can win special edition books, book vouchers, bookish merch, and loads of other things. So make sure you stay tuned for Bookmas. But if you'd want any extra content from me, you can always head to my Patreon, which is linked down below. So we do our bi-monthly book club. We're reading The Dagger and the Flame, as I mentioned. You can join anytime you want. We're also going to be doing a read along for the Zodiac Academy series soon, and we also do monthly readathons. So we usually do more than one a month, and we'll just read for a whole weekend together. So there is another readathon happening on Friday the 22nd of November, so if you did want to join in with that, you can do so. We also have a Discord. There is exclusive videos on there, like hauls, chatty life updates, and unboxing videos, vlogs, lots of other stuff, photos, and many other things. We do reading sprints every single week. There's at least 2 per week, along with the book club reading sprints as well. And if you're a Supermoon patron and above, you do get an exclusive bookmark when you join my Patreon, which I do actually have here because it's in Assassin's Blade. So you do get one of these bookmarks along with a thank you letter, and you also get a discount code to my Etsy, and I will be launching a whole new range of bookmarks this month. So yeah, there are lots of things you can find over on my Patreon. But that is my little plug over with. I'll link anything I've mentioned, any socials down below. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you're all safe and well. I hope you're reading lots of good books, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!